Yeah. What? Evening, Dave. How are we?
Evening, bad.
Oh. Tell you, these live streams seem to be getting quicker and quicker every week.
Well, at least we're getting used to them now.
Oh, aye. Definitely.
It doesn't feel like live streams, though, does it? When you're just talking to each other. And that's it. Occasionally you might get another toy expert on, or a guru on, or across the pond on, and that sort of stuff. And an English and Irishman and Scotsman, you can't beat that one.
No, that was a good one last week. We're going to get Connor back on at some point. 2 weeks' time, we've got Brian Action Figures Review. He's coming on. He's another Irish guy. I'm not too sure what party island he's for, though. But
We just need the American on there as well. So then we get Billy on as well. There's, you can have 6 parts of the world on the, on the screen.
Oh, definitely. But we have Action Pop Dad coming on. He should be on, he says probably just after 9 for a bit. So at least
He's not Pop the Goon then, is he?
No. No, I think next, like Star Wars and Action Man and Action Force and that.
First question we ask. First question we ask, Mr. Bob, then.
No, but I was watching the Salacious stream just before your one started, and he picked up some nice bits. You got to love the Salacious Rum live streams. Like, they're brilliant.
He's a crackpot, isn't he? He's a wee little crackpot.
I need to jump onto the Sunday stream that he does, the Lego one.
I'd like to see that one.
I'm going to pop on at that at some point.
There'll be a time thing. All of the lizards around the world is like, who's the quickest lizard?
I may actually do that when I'm on holiday. I'm on holiday in like 2 weeks' time, so I might pop on.
Anyway, special, Baz, or just having a week off work?
Just having a week off work.
Just to recharge the batteries?
To recharge the batteries and going to the Aladdin's cave that I've been trying to get into for like the last 2 months.
Ah, so technically we got some more videos and more pop quizzes and that sort of stuff for you.
Oof.
Well, I'd say, dude, good luck. Hope it all goes well, and let the toy gods don't break anything.
Well, kind of talking about the toy gods, me and Rory, the Shadow, has been talking for the last couple of nights about a certain toy line that come out in the 90s. And the reason we come into the conversation, because we're talking about like toys that our parents wouldn't let us have because they thought they were dangerous. So the one that we were talking about was crash dummies, like with the figures, because you press the button and the heads, but back then when the mechanisms were deadly. And so I was at the boot sale this morning. I've already put my haul out, but I managed to find I'll put my sale on the big screen.
Is that your car that's gone for a wreck?
Hi. So I managed to find one of the cars.
Baz, I think the best thing I like about that is the Tyco sign on the front and back.
Yeah. And when this come with all its majority of its bits, I think it's missing one of the side panels. It's got its wee steering cover. It's got its glass.
Bargain Baz strikes again. And he didn't want to get the car out.
But the other thing is that I've owned it because I was wanting to check to see if it was all complete, but also found that one as well, Dave.
The big playset itself, the main squeeze.
Oh. But that was kind of a weird... it was a weird conversation because it was like... I wished I had my phone on me because I left my phone in the car. But I said, I'm not going back because it was where this actually was right in the middle of the boot sale. And I said, I'm not going all the way back to the car just in case it goes. So I said, right, I'm just going to pick up. And I'd say to Rory for a joke, I said, if you do find any crash dummy stuff, I says, right, I'm going to retire for 2 weeks. I says, I don't think my luck's. If I
It's
went
one of
next,
the things, especially car boots, charity shops, toy hunts, or at least them two, car boots and charity shops, you never know what you're going to find.
well, that's the thing. It was just kind of weird that I've been talking about it for the last 2 nights, so kind of thing. And it's happened before with somebody else. I was talking to somebody the night before the boot sale, and he was talking about a Pacific Star Wars creature, but he wanted the one that come with the chariot, and I ended up finding the one that comes with the. I can't even remember what the name of the. It'll come back to me. My brain is just—I've just had one of those brain farts.
Right.
Jawa, that's it. It come with the Jawa.
Jawa.
Like the giraffe kind of creatures. I can't remember what it was
Star
called.
Wars Jawa.
Yes.
Any other pickups from the car boot, Baz?
Sorry?
Any other pickups from the car boot this morning?
I did. I picked up a couple of bits.
There was quite a nice little figures on top of it, and another Playset, if I can remember rightly.
We'll get this out the road first, but also found Spider-Man Sky Riders playset.
That's nice, yeah.
I've had a look at this. There's 2 pieces missing. It's the one that connects the wire to here. That's missing. And there was another piece up, another plastic piece that was missing. But
If the cardboard's in pretty decent shape, that's quite a good find, Baz.
Then I found another one of these.
Yeah.
I think it's a Goliath. I think it's evolved. I'm sure the game was cried.
Yeah, it's off the game, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got one boxed. So now I've got a Lucy one.
You know, it reminds me of that, Baz. You know what
Sorry?
it reminds me of?
What's that?
You know that day one from Doomsday, the Batman?
Yes.
Similar vibes with the spikes and bits on.
And then I found I don't know if this is a snow speeder or.
It looks it, but a small version, yeah.
No, so I found this. And then, this was a bargain.
Japanese.
This was an absolute fucking bargain.
You're not going to even tell us the hint of the price, so is it less than the quid?
Well, I'll put it this way. I got the Transformer, the Spider-Man playset, and the Crash Dummy stuff off the same person.
So, bundle deal, yeah.
And it was the same old couple that I got all the Marvel stuff off of. You know, when I got the big Marvel box.
The £10 Baz box.
Yeah. I paid altogether, I paid £4 for that lot. I couldn't believe it because I was like much. I was having a look at it and I said, I'll just grab it. I says, it'll probably change maybe about 10, 15 quid for the lot. And she says, £4. And I just threw the £4 at her and ran like the Highlandman that I am.
So basically, a quid for the Transformer and £1.50 for the box sets.
Yeah, just about. Then I picked up more. Picked up and found a couple of Hasbros as well.
Nice classic Royal Rumble match there, Baz.
His gimmick's completely gone, but I seem to be picking this one up quite a lot because I think I've got about 5 of this one.
He's one of the latest warriors. It's one of the easiest warriors to get hold of.
But a good friend Ian might be getting this one in his partial because he's trying to get at least one figure from each toy line. So I'm going to try and help him. I'm going to try and help him out with some bits and pieces.
You need a big wall for that, then, Baz.
Because he wants he wants a Star Wars figure, he wants a turtle figure, and all that. So I have got a few spare ones, so I'm going to sort them out with that. And I picked up some Kenner Batman as well. Yeah, I picked up one of your DC Super
Girls.
And then I picked up a
Aquaman.
Brave and Beyond.
Yeah.
Aquaman. I pick these up when I see them, eh? A lot of folk didn't like them because it's got the pegs in it on them, eh? But
I quite like them because it's something different. You can combine the weapons with them and all sorts. It's pretty decent.
And then was this Friday? Thursday? It's either Thursday or Friday. I can't remember. I've lost track of days. But you could probably see the head.
I think it was Thursday. He sent me the picture, Bass.
But I managed to find this, the chat shop, for £2. As you can see, I've already got Boba and the Stormtrooper. So now I'll have.
You need the three out of the trio, didn't you?
One. If he could be turned, he will become a powerful ally. If you only knew the power of the dark side. No, I am your father.
Ah, spoilers, come on.
I love this thing, man.
You know. Come on, back. We don't do spoilers on this channel. We only do predictions.
That's, man. I think that's everything I've got the last couple of days. Oh, I did pick up another one of these, Dave.
Is that a Lego one?
No, it's a 3D puzzle, eh?
That's quite cute, actually.
It's got B&M's selling them for £5, eh?
Not from that.
Because I've already got the Wonder Woman one, but it's the variant. And I've also picked up the original, like the coloured version. There's like a translucent version of each of them, and then
Yeah.
like they're not the easiest puzzles to put together. The instructions you get with them are hopeless. Oh, hi. And a little eBay find as well.
That's quite nice.
It's Aquaman.
That is nice.
And the last thing, I thought I had it near me actually.
This is the Bass Only live stream, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
And I also picked up a Kamen Rider Meteor.
Yes.
This was a weird one because the guy only, on his selling page, he only had the figure. He never says it was boxed. He never says it was coming with a bike. So I was quite surprised when it arrived at the door on Friday. I've lost track of time, so I can't remember exactly when this come. But man, I was like,
it's a Thursday today. Don't worry, it's a Saturday.
But no, that's everything that I've picked up, Dave. There is one thing I want to show off later, but I'll wait until Nick comes on before I show that off.
No, that's quite a good pickup, Bass.
With this, I was actually buzzing last night when I slightly kind of not completely finished it. It still needs a little bit tweaking here and there. But I want to. Is
it something to do with the one of your latest videos you put up?
It is. But it was a conversation. It was like another conversation I had with Rory that I wanted to do a custom on this specific character. But the one that we were talking about, I need to try and get the body for that one first. But when I was going
your ultimate custom figure is virtually Skeletor mixed with Evelyn, mixed with Joker and Harley Quinn. All four of them to make a love child, and you get the Battletron.
But I was going through a box and I come across a couple of bodies. One was like starting to go that yellow way. So I was like, I gave it a good clean and it's like, I'm going to try something here.
Awesome. If you don't try, you never get it. So there you go.
But it's actually, man, it's turned out better than what I thought, though, Dave, for my first attempt. So what have you picked up anything recently?
A mystery bag full, Baz. Technically, I picked up a motor machine gun action figure from Toy Biz from TNA Wrestling, which you very hardly see the motor machine guns from TNA, the older style. You only see the Jax ones, which are bigger. Mm-hmm. Occasionally, when I do spot the old TNA, they're fully articulated like ones. So I picked up that.
Oh, nice.
I already had one of these loose, but I needed it with his origamis. But I picked up another Mikey.
Oh, is that the flip?
Yeah.
It down and flips over. Aye.
Yeah, you hold it down, he flips. But the one I've got loose, he didn't have these. These are broken off.
Oh, he's weird nunchucks.
Yeah. But I quite like to see it next month, 5th of April, the movie comes out, so I'm looking forward to that.
It does look interesting. I have seen the trailer for that. It does look quite interesting. I've seen it. I thought it was the new season, but
the easiest way to describe it, Baz, it's a bag full of turtle weapons.
Oh, nice.
Swords, bows, small figures, big figures, orange nunchucks from different series, different weapons, and that's it, Baz. That's all I did. That's the only little bit of, and that cost me £4 for the bag full.
It's kind of funny because it's kind of weird because I picked up a few turtle figures last Sunday, and one of them was Donatello. I thought it was Leonardo, but it's the Donatello one. And then I
picked up 2 Transformers, a Thomas Train for our friend, and a few bits of the charity shop out there. I picked up something for the house, like a new steamer. I got my tour T-shirts done for my holiday. With a couple of big tour T-shirts done. I picked up like a suit odds and sods for like holiday bits. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. Because I picked up, last Sunday majority of the stuff I got was all turtle figures. It's just kind of a mixture of different lines.
Yeah.
But one of them was from the rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I've got a few of the movie ones as well.
Yeah.
I picked up the Foot Soldier and the Shredder from the second movie that honestly look horrible.
The Shredder that one is just weird.
But I'm going to use the body for a custom.
Yeah.
For the Shredder anyway, because the Shredder head looks. It's the eyes, man. It's even with the Foot Soldier. The Foot Soldier looks like.
Yeah. Well, it's perfect in space that that movie figures. The first movie, the foot soldiers didn't look like foot soldiers at all. They're just military men with white masks on. But the Shredder was really good. The second movie, the foot soldiers looked amazing because they're like ninjas. But the Shredder looks absolutely bleep.
I like the look of the Foot Soldiers for that one, but it's just it's the face. They could have covered the. They could have put like a mask or something on him, but they've just given him like bare eyes.
Yeah. I said the first one did come with like plastic masks with the big guns and that sort of stuff. It's quite good for army builders, that sort of stuff, but they're not putting
No.
But it's the incarnation they chose. It's an action figure we get, so it's one of the things.
I know they're not for like the adult collectors. Those are more designed for the kiddies and that. But I do like the look of Raph. I did get I never got a lot of the first movie figures. I only got a couple. I think I got the whole majority of the second wave because I got the Krang, even though these Krang itself's just like a little rubber thing.
Tentacles and eyeballs rub off quite quick.
It doesn't look right when it's in, but I got it because it was just after the turtle stuff.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the vintage Krang in Android, but that's another thing. That's for another day. We better not talk about that. I might find one next week.
It's one of the things with the car boots, that sort of stuff. I know for a fact, if the weather's like this next Saturday, I'm going to have a proper look around with a budget in hand.
Why?
But I know tomorrow's car boots, I'm going to and selling that and doing a few bits at. I'm hoping to pick some stuff up again. I asked this guy last week, he said, "You're going to be here next week?" He said, "Yes, he is." I'm tempted to take some extra money just not too much more, but I've got like a certain budget every week for it, But if that guy's there, I'm like,
I have a budget when I go to the boot sale, man. I don't take a lot of money with me now because I'll just
go.
Oh man, finding stuff like finding that box of Transformers for a £5, man. That was like a sign for the gods.
Yeah.
And then on the Sunday, I wasn't really expecting to find anything, to be honest. And then
it's one of the things. The old couple looks like you're gonna need to go to every week just to see what they got.
Well, that's weird thing because they weren't there last week, so they must only come like every 2 weeks or something. Unless they do one Saturday, 1 week, one Saturday, and then the next week they do the Sunday. Because it was the Sunday I found the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I come back, she's like, "Oh, I might have some stuff that you might be interested in." Kind of thing. And I was like, "Oh, fucking hell." I was like, "Jesus, she reminds me." And then she just started bringing out the first thing she brought out was the Spider-Man playset. She said, she goes, "I don't know if it's all there." Kind of thing. And then I seen the Transformer and I said, "I'm definitely getting the Transformer." Just because I think this is one of the real releases, but it's just for the artwork on the back.
Yeah.
Because it's like the vintage, when you got the vintage Transformer boxes, man, it was just the artwork that kind of
sets it up in it, yeah. Plus the Japanese writings just sets the toy over completely.
Yeah. Kind of thing. And then she started bringing other stuff in. I'm just like, "Oh, I'll take it." And then when she says £4, I was like, kind of looked up to the sky and I'm like, "Will you stop bloody giving me luck?" Nobody's going to talk to me soon.
We're talking about luck and that sort of stuff, Baz. When I hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to try and do my first ever live stream at 500 subscribers. I'm going to give a special toy package away.
All right.
I couldn't decide what to give away. It's like Power Rangers, that sort of stuff. You only get one or two watching, or
Ronaldo.
That sort of stuff. But I thought
just
to do something different for a giveaway, Baz.
All right.
Whoever wins it, I will private message each other. I asked that person what's their favourite toy line or into. As you know yourself, we've both got a mini-size collection. Mini. You know, so I'm going to say to the person, choose the toy line you're into. I'll send them a few pictures across. They choose a couple of items, and there you go.
Ah, that's a different way for doing a giveaway. Let them
But
choose.
if you say just the Power Ranger giveaway, you might get one or two. You know, the 500 I've got is probably going to be all over the world, bits and pieces. I will ship it anywhere around the world as well. But I say that's my prize for giving the fight when I get to the 500 subs.
Well, that's kind of funny.
Delicious and rum?
About Mr. Salacious earlier on.
Yeah. So yes, Paz, if you're into like Star Wars, obviously for Power Rangers, I was going to probably think about giving the first ever Power Morphicon toy exclusive away in 2010. But it's not all Power Rangers watch my channel.
No.
And then I've got like the Kamen Rider, stupid glasses. You know, I've got a bit of everything in the collection, so hopefully they can give me a couple of subjects they like. And I might just have something in the collection that I could possibly get rid of, but not fully. This is something different.
Oh, definitely, man.
You know, if they did ask for a certain item, then, you know, it all depends what it is.
I want an Evil Lynn / Skeletor kid. Do you have that?
I know a person who's got one. I know who I can get one from.
Just I think we were talking about that a few weeks back, and it was like, imagine Skeletor and Evil Lynn had a kid. What would that actually look like?
I can, you know, with something like that, I'd almost do a custom figure for the person. Hi, Lobot.
Hey, Lobot.
Lobot. Stick it up your butt. But no, that's my.
I don't know if G-Force will come on, but I found this last week. He was quite impressed with it.
You need to turn that into an iron brood light.
Sorry?
You need to turn that into an iron brood light.
He says, don't tell me how much it was. I says, I'm not. Trust me.
There's two different types of that size, and I've also got like the night one, which is the one of the movie ones. It's got
Peaky.
Mr. Comedian, how you doing, matey?
Go subscribe to Dave if you want it. No, but that's what you say. It's a good way of doing a giveaway, because majority of folk just pick out a couple items for the collection, what they want to give to somebody else, but you kind of give them.
I've tried to make it personal to the person that's going to win it and that sort of stuff. I've already thought of a thing how to do it already, you know, which is very easy and simple. You know, it's easy as that. You know. Plus, I want to test the live stream to see if I can actually do something impossible. Just do it on my phone, but like look at the comments, that sort of stuff. Future adventure, I should say.
Oh, in about what? How many days is it now? About 40 days or something?
40 or 41, Baz. It's actually starting in 40 days' time.
Nice.
And then the little adventure begins.
It's all right going for your little adventure. It's getting everything back is going to be the big adventure.
Well, come on, Baz. You start with clothes like T-shirts. At Primarks and bits and pieces, you get them for £1.50. You get so many, you wash them at the places, wear them, wash them, and a few times across the board. And then chuck them at the end, because what's the point of £1.50? Or a quid?
So basically, you're just going to go over there with clothes, leave your clothes there, and then come back with a.
Yeah.
Come back with
so basically, you go a bag of clothes and come back with a good pile of, you know, Iceman, that sort of stuff.
melting. I shouldn't have put this hat on, but I'm not. I need a haircut. It's all over the bloody place. It's fucking. Was it?
I'm trying to bed. I've got my fan ready for my holiday.
It's 18. It's saying it's 18 on my clock thing, but it's not. It feels like something 20 or 25. I'm telling you, I'm tempted. It's like next week when I got told what the temperature is going to be, I was like, Ken, what? I'm going to look at my kilt. I'm going to go to work with my kilt on. That's why I'm having a nice cold beer. See if that'll help me cool down.
Yeah, cheers everyone in the chat. Thanks for joining us on this weird Saturday night.
Oh, definitely. To be honest with you, I've lost track of days for the last couple of days because I was swear that it was filming Saturday yesterday. I woke up yesterday morning thinking it was Saturday, and it was like, wait a minute, this is not Saturday. I know, it was awesome having Connor on last week. We need to get him back on again, like we said earlier on.
Yeah, I don't know. We got an Englishman, Irishman, a Scottish man. You got Peaky, which is Londoner. You got Shabbatron's brother that could be a bit of both. We got a lizard from a far galaxy. We got a whole house full.
No, right. But to be honest with you, I was expecting some Irish. I was expecting some of the jokes last week, but nobody actually come on.
We finished with one last week, so come on, guys. We can't have it all the way.
No, I was expecting one person to say an Irishman or Scotsman walked into a pub or something, kind of thing.
Englishman, Irishman walks into a pub and says, "What's the favourite toy?" The Scottish man says the bargain one. The Irishman says the one that holds the Guinness, and the Englishman says, "Don't care."
Oh, I do like a bargain. Trust me.
See? Works, doesn't it?
As me and Rory was saying, it's like you must be blessed by the toy gods or something.
It's one of the things, Baz, where I know for a fact when I go to car boot or charity shops, I know for a fact there's on a Saturday, this morning one, we had at least 80 to 100 people around there this morning looking for the same stuff. You know.
I know I was kind of looking forward because I was going to message Si and try and meet up when he come up here, kind of thing, but looks like he's not coming up now. But an Irish, was it an Englishman, Irish Scotsman walk into a bar? The Scots he's before. I would not do that, Connor. I will not do that. I honour if anybody buys around. I honour around.
Right.
Hey, Vern.
Okay, Studios. That's a nice one.
That's Vern. He's on the Three Men and the Monkey. He'll be on at 10 o'clock.
They're all getting prepared.
I think the Three Men and the Monkey, I think it's actually on Vern's channel. So after we've finished, everybody jump over to the other one.
I just want to say hello to Bob the Goon and Mr. Lizard, you know. But not the well, Bob's coming on in a bit, but you know. I said he's an open live stream, but I think Baz put the chat up and bits. Anyone to jump on for 10 minutes, come and say hello. That's Bargain Baz, the bargain of the bargain.
Ken will actually do.
But no, guys, just enjoy yourself. Be careful of the hot weather. It is getting warm out there.
Oh, it's mental at the minute, man.
We don't want to mention the C word, Baz, but that's going slightly up again. But please be safe out there, guys.
I've just put
I would say guys, girls, and lizards in the chat.
We have got a guy coming on, Nick, but he's running. He said it'd be after 9 o'clock, so I'm not too sure exactly when he'll be popping on. But
Yeah, we got bargain bass to keep us happy.
yep. Like,
Do you ever get to the car boot then, Baz? Where you either not got enough money, or you regret not picking the item up?
all the time. It's the worst thing about it is like you go kind of, and you go down the aisles like what you always do,
Yeah.
and there will be something that will catch your eye. You'll pick that up, and majority of the time you've kind of spent your money by the time you've got to the end.
Yeah.
But the worst thing about my boot sale is that there's a bank right across from it.
Oh.
Well, there's actually, it's not a bank, but there's a bank machine right across from it, because where my boot sale is, there's is this like round the back, so you can go to the cash machine and get extra money. But
Yeah.
majority of the time, I have done that in the past. By the time you've kind of went back, the item's been sold, and it's like But it happens everywhere, man. It's boot sales are not technically boot sales anymore. They're majority like
traders. It's more perfect.
There is more traders at it, but some traders are still quite cheap. But you get other ones that are like, no, you're not going to sell that for what you're wanting.
Yeah.
Because there's one guy who's been selling this same Darth Vader figure, vintage Darth Vader figure, for the last 3 years. I know there was with the COVID and all that kind of thingy, but it's still sitting on the shelf. He was selling it at 15 quid. Now he's wanting £25 for it. And he labels all his stuff up, so you can what you're looking at, and he's put Darth Vader rare figure. There's nothing rare about it. It's the exact same vintage figure that I've got. The only thing different, it hasn't got it's missing the lightsaber, and it's missing his cloak. Oh. And one of his feet is being chewed by some kid, but he's wanting 25 quid for it.
I think the problem with that, Baz, it might be his sentimental toy that means a lot to that guy. You know what I mean? A lot of people put sentimental values onto the bits and pieces.
But man, he said this on his stall for probably the last 2 or 3 years. Nobody's
perfect. I've even been to toy fairs, spotted something like jumbo robots or Shogun Warrior robots, which are like 3 foot tall. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember seeing them in the UK at all, but this guy had one, and he was battered, bruised, missing everything, just the shell. And he was asking like 100 quid for it. I'm like, it's more sentimental value to him. You know, he doesn't want to sell it, but if he gets that price, he's happy to let it go at the price. You know,
oh, definitely, it's weird that folk are what certain traders are wanting for him, and it's like at the beginning of the boot sale, you've got one trader there, and when all his figures, they're like between 20 to 50 pence. It's like anything over like a 6-inch scale is a pound, kind of thing. Because a few weeks back, I taken a nephew with me, and he got a big Ronaldo. You know when they done the football dolls, like the Action Man style ones.
Yeah.
He picked one of them up for 2 quid. I seen it on the shelf and just happened to ask how much you want for the football player, and it's like 2 quid. And it was the same guy that I got the ATAFE as well. That I paid a tenner for.
Yeah.
You know, he knew that it was worth more than 10 quid, but he didn't want the hassle. He put it on eBay.
Big item to carry around every week as well, isn't it?
Aye.
Perfectly honest.
Is there a heat wave going on? Heat wave's not the... Scotland's not used to it.
I'm just getting practice. That's all I'm saying.
That's the thing, is that we're like the last few years, man. You're probably up Scotland. You're probably talking between 20 to 23, but this year, some days have been up to like 26, 27. It's like this Tuesday, and it's meant to be 28 onwards.
I know tomorrow or Monday, the hottest down record may be beaten tomorrow or Monday. But, you know, hey boys, it's like the thrill of the science, isn't it? You keep going through it. You go through, you know, rain, snow, hail, sunshine. You get your suntan for the ladies, or you know, the other people, and you know, just plod on and carry on.
Nick will be 5 minutes. He's running a bit late.
No, don't worry. Yeah, but no. Yeah, every part of the world's different. I think the only thing I'm not looking forward to, Baz, is it's not the heat itself; it's the humidity.
Oh, aye, it's the same here, man. It's like
You can handle the heat over here quite easy, but the humidity is like.
I like that robot, the Roswell baby.
Yeah, got some toys. Hope you doing well, dude, and all the family, mate. Thinking of you all the time.
Well, we do have we have a surprise guest.
Ooh.
And it's one of your favourites. It's not the other it's not the Englishman. I'm going to bring him on.
Londoner?
Well, he probably was.
Oh, it's a Blackpool guy.
I was sat on the couch, and what is it? I was just going through stuff, and I saw you on, so I thought, come in and say hello. How are you, boys?
Not too bad, Mr. Shabs.
What are we up to?
Just talking about car boots and future endeavours. Baz are getting too hot.
We don't really do car boots here. It's like yard sales of flea markets. But I remember Blackpool, there was a place near the airport that did massive car boots. There was hundreds of cars, and you know, and Preston did one too. But really don't really do them. Do you know what I mean? Although they do car boots for Halloween. I know it sounds weird, but what they do is they line up all these cars. I don't know if it's everywhere in the States, but where we were, and they open the car boot, and they have loads of candy and everything, and they all like to sit around there. So, yeah, that's the only thing that they do a car boot for, really.
I'll tell you one thing, Shabby. I've noticed in America they either do flea markets, they call them.
Yeah.
The antique malls, which is like a bit of everything.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact they do yard sales or street sales, when literally the whole street does like a.
Well, they do these miles ones. They do. There's a 100-mile yard sale that goes into different states, and me and my wife just last month went to a 5-mile yard sale, and it's awesome because everyone, you know, vendors set up, but also people outside their house. You just drive your car just straight down, and they're brilliant. And where I am in North Carolina, I have a check on YouTube or on Google or something called Raleigh Flea Market. It's massive. Absolutely massive. Oh, Baz would have a field day with bargains there where he finds stuff, do you know? Oh.
How do you actually put up with the humidity over there, Shabby? I need you to ask.
Kills me. Hate it. Absolutely hate it.
I can stand the sun. I can stand the heat.
No, it's
you
the humidity
get sweaty or do whatever you normally do wherever you go. It's the humidity level. It's the worst.
It's a killer, especially down south. It's a nightmare. Do you know what I mean? It gets really bad. So at the moment, what is it? At the moment, it's 90-something degrees here in North Carolina. So with the humidity, you're looking at 105, 106, and it's just you just feel sweaty and tight, and especially being a big bloke too. It's not as if I'm the most svelte of blokes. Do you know what I mean? It's a killer. You know. So yeah.
But now to answer your question a couple of weeks ago, Shab, I was thinking of coming to North Carolina on this trip I've got planned.
Yeah.
But what put me off the most, and I hate it mostly, more than anything, I don't drive,
Right.
and I didn't want to ask you to like put you out 2.5 hours drive to Charlotte.
Takes me that to go and get a pint of milk.
But you know what I mean? It's a 2.5, 3 hour drive from when I worked it out from your place to Charlotte.
Yeah.
I couldn't ask you to. You know what I mean? I was so tempted.
I won't be bothered. When you come in?
I start my holiday on the 25th of August.
25th, that's when you're coming around there. So how close? Well, let me know how close you're coming here. Do you know what I mean?
I am to Chicago for the Chicago Toy Fair in October.
Yeah.
And then I fly down to Orlando, Kissimmee, Tampa, and Miami.
Oh, well, you never know. I might nick down to Florida. You never know.
And that's your turn, close.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just above Florida more or less, so that's not far. Yeah. Florida's about 9 hours. That's it.
Well, we have our other guest on, so I'm going to bring him on. Shabby will know who this is.
I know who that is. I know. I saw your picture with your hat on and your beer in your deck chair, loving it. Do you know what I mean? I was like, look at him, shades on. You know what I mean?
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Evening, Nick. Not too bad, dude.
I'm ever so sorry. I'm going to be completely honest. One, I couldn't get the link to work, and two, Dave Toy Ploy's only just left my house because we had afternoon dinner. So
you could have joined in with a double buddy.
Hey,
you could have joined in as well.
Oh no, he lives like an hour away from me, so he's got to drive home. So
you could have said, "Hello, sorry, it's my fault. I'm late." Baz would have freaked out completely.
Yeah, so no, there's no excuse for my tardiness other than I'm rubbish. My apologies. But
you're welcome, dude. Anyway, so it doesn't make it, you know.
Thank you for having me. How are we all this evening? Anyway, sorry to just sort of jump in and mess the stream up.
Oh, we're all good, man. We're just talking about the weather and shit and having a beer.
What time is it there now? About 9:15.
Like 9:15, mate. Yeah, about 17 minutes, 15, give or take.
Still tea time for a shabby. Yeah, well, I was just like I said, it's a weird Saturday this because I've got no work on, and what is it? Usually I'm busy on a weekend, but no, we've not done anything. So I thought, oh right, and I saw you, so I thought, oh thank God for that, I'll come in.
Wow, ideal. Hello, Tats and Toys.
Tats and Toys, yeah, he's here. Rolando's here. Full is here. Oh, Si was here before, wasn't he?
Yeah. Monkey Lisa was here. Lobot was in. A few of the big other people was in.
I gotta say, tattoos are for idiots, mate. I'm just I don't know, just saying.
No, I've got an armful.
No, I love tattoos. Of course, they're not for idiots, but no, there's this thing I do in my real life when people talk about tattoos, because obviously quite often in the real world you have to sort of cover yourself up, don't you? And yeah. I will absolutely slate people with tattoos are for idiots. And then people will finally meet me one day and my tattoos out, and they're like, that's what you get. that's what you get for being judgmental, you see? I got it all out of you, didn't I?
Right. Just a quick question, Nick. What do you actually collect except for tattoos? You know,
right. So my primary main collection is vintage Action Man.
Hey, Rory.
Yeah.
Big fan of vintage
or Hasbro newer stuff.
So vintage, as in Palatoy. That's my main thing. I do collect into the 90s range because I was in a good age for Action Man, because although growing up I had the 90s Action Man, I was at that point where there were still older Action Men sort of seeping through. So my collection was a good mixture of the two, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I was massive on Action Force as a kid, because my mum bought me like a secondhand box, just to the brim, with Action Force stuff, which to this day I'd love to know what happened to it. You know, because there was so much stuff in there. And then Star Wars, I had a lot of vintage Star Wars toys, because again, that good age of transition between them and Power of the Force 2 line. And yeah, if it's plastic and it moves, I like it, to be honest. I'm
but basically, you were basically a Palatoy kid then at heart. Everything you just mentioned is 99% Palatoy.
Yeah, and I know. And I stalk Bob Breakin a couple of times a year and normally see him at the old Colville site, so Palatoy site. So you're right. You got me, Palatoy. I'm a Palatoy boy, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, we all collect something. We always have that one line. Perfect. If you put me down, he's probably a Bandai or Playmates kid. But 99%, it's going to be Bandai kid for me. That's mine.
I tell you what, I've got to show you.
About Bazza, it's probably going to be a DC kid because he represents Harley Quinn and Mattel. I think Bazza.
Oh, excellent. I mean, tonight in our house, we've literally just all of us been playing. I don't know if you can see that mess. Playmobil. There is Playmobil.
Yeah.
He's gone up to bed now, but no, we had Dave here, we had his wife here, we had my wife here, and you just got Jax just entertaining, just like, let's play Playmobil, and it's just Playmobil everywhere. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So
that sounds like heaven, don't it?
Oh, it was great. I mean, what could be better than a well, it wasn't a it was barbecue of sorts, beers and toys.
Not much.
I mean, it doesn't take much to please me in this world.
You've had the weather for it as well, haven't you, this week? It's been nice and warm, hasn't it, in England?
Oh, absolutely nuts. And apparently tomorrow's going to be the absolute peak of it, crossing 35 degrees, they reckon, or something or other.
Wow, the world record for the UK, I think, is 37.5. It's either tomorrow or Monday or break it.
They're saying up here by next weekend, it's meant to be at least 40 degrees in Scotland, man. That's
40 degrees in Scotland. I mean, that's insane.
That's a good weather for boot salesmen because everybody will be out in the thousands.
Yeah.
The thing is,
just to say about Playmobil, Tunic, the Knight Rider car, it was issued and released yesterday, so you can get it now wherever. So 15th was yesterday, so Knight Rider car is out. So.
Oh mate, I went into a shop in my local town the other day, and I don't. It's just an old sort of. I guess the Americans would call it a mum and pop shop.
Yeah.
Went upstairs and they had a Playmobil display, and my God, there wasn't anything they didn't have. And they had all the Back to the Future stuff set up on a display. They had everything. It was absolutely incredible.
Me and G-Force and Scuba, there's a place, an old vintage toy shop called Pro Mag Toys in North Carolina. And when they came to visit, we went there, and they had tons of old school Playmobil. And for some reason, I bought the Fright Zone. Remember the old He-Man Masters Universe Fright Zone? I bought the parts for that. But we had a big bag full of PlayStation horses, but the old ones, the old wooden kind of ones. And I never bought them. And they're only like $10 for a whole bag. And so I might go back and see if they still got them. But it was a great place because what they did was they have loads of stuff in the back, loads of parts, loads of this, loads of that. And then every year they put it all out in tubs and stick it in the store and sell it for practically nothing. So you're finding you're never going to find something. I mean, they have the complete stuff there that you can buy, but these tubs are awesome because you're finding stuff that, I need that for that set, or I need this for this vehicle. And it was great. Scuba Pete went to town, man. I can't believe how much.
I think you were bargaining that day, Chevy, wasn't it? The Star Playset for a $5 or something.
Yeah, I got the Crystal Falls one as well, the She-Ra one for a $5.
Yeah,
and then And then I got the Fright Zone parts for it for a $5 each. That was it. Yeah, I went online and they're looking at $50, $60 just for the set, and I got it. So I need the tree Scuba had with all the owls on it, so that's fine, and it's not broken. So I just need the door, and I need the trap door. I'm not really bothered about the snake because they deteriorate. Remember the snake that came through the hole in it?
Oh, the puppet.
The rubber on that. You know what I mean?
Apparently, there's a guy in the States who reproduces that snake.
I'll probably get one of them, because it's only for display down there. And
did you see Dave's video though, where he got like a puppet dinosaur and he repainted it? And it's not exactly the same, but if you've got nothing else there in the Fright Zone, it's a really nice placeholder.
I'll have a look at it. I just saw him fix that He-Man sword. That was pretty cool one day.
Oh yeah, he did the collab. I wish I could remember the name of the channel now, but I've subbed to him now. But he repairs all like just electronics, and the thing is, it's so cool to see. I love seeing anything that's deemed rubbish brought back to life. I really do.
I do. I agree. They're not rising the prices. What's happening? It's just the licenses. But when you get a licensed product like a Back to the Future or a Scooby Doo or a Ghostbusters, the stuff that comes with it. I mean, it's bang for your buck. You're not spending like $50 on something you think, oh, well, like a figure for $40, which you think, well, that's a bit price. Playmobil, you're getting a whole set. You open it up, there's 4 or 5 figures in there.
Christ, yeah.
Stuff in there. So it's a bit pricey for license, but it's worth paying for it because it's.
I still maintain the best toy, not model, the best toy Ecto 1 I've ever seen. I'm looking at it now. Is Playmobil's Ecto 1? Something about that. They just absolutely nailed it. Even to the way the characters sit, the space for. I've had a couple of beers, so I forgot that their backpack, the proton packs. You know,
you can pull that in and out and put all the proton packs in it. I mean, how cool is it? Lights, sounds, $50, if that. Do you know what I mean? It's what is it now? About $40. That's it. So
yeah, I'm Lobot. I'm thinking of buying the Asterix Playmobil. The Asterix Playmobil looks incredible. I'm quite tempted myself.
But we're going to have to wait a while over here for that because no one knows what Asterix is over here. It's not big at all. Every time I ask an American, they're like, "What?"
Did we get the James Bond one yet or not?
The James Bond one's been and gone. You can get it, I think. But the thing about Playmobil over here for licensed Playmobil, it doesn't go down in price. It does, but not like you can go look into a Smith's and get a £60, £70 one for 45. We can't. I think the James Bond was 89 down to 62 now. So
I saw the James Bond one at that place I was saying. I think it was about 65 quid the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And it oh god, I mean, how the hell I walked out of there the thing is, like, when it comes to Playmobil in our house, I mean, Playmobil in our house really is something we buy for the nipper, and he plays.
You play with it when he goes to bed.
Yeah.
Oh god, all the time. You know, I'm never going to grow up. Why would I want to grow up? Growing up's miserable. Just because I'm going grey doesn't mean I have to grow up.
Exactly.
Who wants to blooming grow up?
No chance.
But yeah,
trapped in adults' bodies. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun though, isn't it? I mean, but the thing about it is, going back to it, I bought that many Black Series recently, and I feel robbed in a way. I feel like, was it worth buying? You know what I mean? I think the worst one was when I went to buy that mudded Mandalorian and it was $40. I was like, wow, man, $40 for that. You know, then you get the DeLorean Playmobil with 2 figures, all the parts, all this, it lights up, and you're like, it's the same price. It's like, wow, you know.
Even the, I mean, the licensed stuff is incredible, but the unlicensed stuff, I mean, I can reach this from here. The blooming pyramid set. Oh my god. That thing, I tell you what, smacking Indiana Jones logo on this, and
there you go.
Mind blown. This thing is incredible.
They've done really well. I mean, they've got so many licenses. They've got Porsche now. They've got Volkswagen. They've got Asterix. They've got. I mean, the Knight Rider. I can't wait for the Knight Rider and everything that comes with that. It's just, you know.
I know the next thing that's coming out, I think, over is the was it Star Trek?
Star Trek, the big thing, yeah. I mean, that's gone down. That was a big price for that, $500. But again, licenses in the size of it. But it's gone down to $311. That's nearly $200 off.
So I was at Shepton Mallet Toy Fair a couple of months ago, and I'd seen Michael Retroblasting's video about the Enterprise.
Yeah.
And you do not appreciate how big and how spectacular that thing is until you are stood next to it, lit up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to swear because obviously, you know, but it's flipping amazing. You know, it is. I was blown away, and my little boy's going, "Can we get that, Daddy?" I'm like, "No."
The question then for you 3 guys then, and in the chat, if you could do just one toy line in the world, a Playmobil, what would you choose?
For Playmobil, probably Indiana Jones now, and exactly what Nick said before. Think of the Well of Souls or a pyramid or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It just be
100%.
I completed the Back to the Future line, and that's all done now. And I wish they'd make that again because they could make the diner, because the diner's in all 3 movies. I mean, it was the saloon in the last one, but You could make it into the 50s diner, 2015 diner, get saloon doors and just make it. So they could carry on with that line. And I've loved collecting that one. But I think an Indiana Jones line for Playmobil would. Can you imagine?
I tell you a line I would like for Playmobil, and it's vast. And unless they've done it and I've missed it, obviously I'm a big Whovian. Doctor Who would be.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever done Doctor Who. No, they haven't. But that would be awesome. That would be really
like imagine a TARDIS playset with a disconnect where you could disconnect the front and you've got everything in the back, and you could have the Weeping Angels. I can see what they do now, what figures it, because Playmobil is quite clever at recycling. And
really
and the play. I mean, I know Doctor Who's. I know it's such a broad thing, but I think there's 5 or 6 sets they could make, which would really encompass, and you could have all the different doctors. And for me, that would be, I'd be all in.
Yeah.
Baz? Don't say He-Man.
No, I was actually.
That'd be cool, though. That would be cool. You know what I mean? He-Man would be awesome.
I was going to say Buck Rogers.
But cool. Yeah, it would.
You got the ships and everything else.
Buck Rogers, or like the Battlestar Galactica, one of the older shows, or even like the Terrorhawks.
Terrorhawks. Wow. There's an idea for a Playmobil line.
I remember Terrorhawk football. Remember the footballs that they brought out, Terrorhawks, and the little robots.
I really like it.
Ulysses will be awesome. The thing is about it, Lowbot, it's going to be Playmobil is very, very difficult to sell over here. No one sells it except for Barnes and Nobles, which is more or less like a bookstore. You can't find it in Walmart. You can't find it in Target. Amazon is regularly I go to because it's going to be cheaper on Amazon than it is to actually go to Playmobil US. But things like Ulysses and even Asterix. I mean, Asterix comes out in Europe, and then a few months after it comes out over here. And I'm only going to be able to, every time you go to Playmobil US and type in Asterix, which is their official site, nothing on it. But you go to the European one and it's covered in it. Do you know what I mean? And it's like every video I've watched on that, there's a French guy, and it's all in French, but it's worth watching because obviously he's got all the sets and he pulls them all out and all that sort of thing. But it's like if you type in Playmobil over here, you barely get anybody, I think, besides, well, I do it and there's a couple other lads do it, and there's another lad that's European but speaks English in it. That's English speaking. It's mostly all foreign, you know, and it's like, wow. So it's not a big line, which is weird because I thought it'd be massive over here, but no.
I've just thought of a set I would like Playmobil to make, which a lot of people probably wouldn't want, but I think they would absolutely go to town on it. Jace and the Wheeled Warriors Playmobil.
Imagine all chromed.
Yeah, the vehicles, yeah.
All chromed vehicles. I mean,
how cool would that be? And the vehicles would be amazing.
Especially the command bases for both sides, man. Those
that would be off the chart. And the thing is, it would. The beautiful thing is with Playmobil is you think about the IP, Ghostbusters, right? My little lad, I mean, he's seen the Ghostbusters film, he loves them, but that's an old property for him to be into. He doesn't care. You give him that thing. I think kids will eat if Playmobil make it. I think kids will want it.
What the fuck is YouTube channel? Yeah, I think I'd change your mind to that. What the fuck? Brilliant. Oh.
Well, while we've got Nick and Chabby on, I'm going to show.
Oh, your special thing.
My special thing. Shabby kind of knows about it because he put it.
That's funny. Yeah, I messaged you and said that's pretty funny.
It's not like 100% finished. I've still got bits and pieces, but what do you think of that? From a first
Harley Stormtrooper. Oh, that's ace. Yep, round of applause from me, bud. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool.
I've still got to do like touching up Batman. I've also even tried to attempt to make her helmet as well.
Oh, that's ace. And seeing your back shelf, I've just thought of another Playmobil line I'd like, Power Rangers.
Yeah, Rory Shadow was just mentioned that as well.
Oh, is he? Sorry, I because I'm on the screen, I can't see, but No, Power Rangers would be insane. The Zords would be mental.
You notice how none of us ever said Star Wars, though? Because I think it's like what Jonathan just said. Now, can you imagine the price of Playmobil if it went to Star Wars?
Oh, God.
It'd be so expensive. It'd be ridiculous, you know?
So, I mean, I'd love to see a Playmobil Death Star playset. I think that would be intriguing to see what they did with that.
And they could do it quite, but yeah, the price would be, yeah.
But would you start collecting it again? That's the thing. I think 70% of my, what is it, besides Transformers, Ghost, well, 60% I'd say is Star Wars. And would I really want to get into another line of Star Wars? You know, I was thinking of those new Galaxy ones, you know, like the micro machines, but they've now scaled them all. And I thought, oh, that looks awesome. But then I watched it on Toy Fair, and then I saw all the clips, and now they put it all in scaling, this and that, and there's chases and there's other stuff, and the lights and sound, and it looks. I'm not going to slate it. It looks fantastic. It really does. But then I thought to myself, that's another line, though. That's another line you're adding on to everything else that you collect. You know what I mean? So I thought, no, forget it. If I do, I'll buy probably the Falcon, because you can put the 4 figures in it and it lights and the back comes off, and it's only $45. That's it. So that might be good. But
it's not that shabby. You don't want to go down another rabbit hole.
That's what I mean. Is, you know, and you know, Black Series is killing me at the moment. Transformers 86 is not as, you know, there's loads of them, but there's not as many. Cat. And then He-Man obviously is my main Playmobil. He-Man, that's what I'm aiming towards. Black Series now, all I'm doing is just waiting for them to come out. I'm not, no more pre-ordering, no more this. That George Lucas I got yesterday, that took me months to get hold of.
The Stormtrooper one, Shab.
Yeah, I got it yesterday, and well, I pre-ordered it on the first day it arrived, because I thought, oh, this is going to be man. And they were making it out like, you know, this is the last figure we made for George Lucas and this and that. So I thought, I'll get it. And I was waiting. Then I'm watching everybody's videos on it, and everyone's just going into, and then Australia's going into shops and getting theirs, and I'm like, I fell for it again.
1 moment, lads. I will be right back. 1 moment.
Okay.
Well, you fall for this pre-orders every time, and so I pre-ordered it, and I was the last bugger to get it. You know. Oh.
It's just crazy how you pre-order something in bits and pieces, and I think the biggest reveal could be next weekend at San Diego Comic-Con, isn't it, Shab?
Yeah, it is. But Black Series, we were talking about on USR yesterday, I was a bit let down with the Black Series one. It's just, I mean, it's just a black Boba Fett, and they didn't even use the Return of the Jedi mold. It's an old Empire Strikes Back mold, which has been out 2 or 3 years. So,
but what gets me is like the Mandalorian, Obi-Wan Kenobi's just finished.
Yeah.
And has there been any Black Series figures out for that one?
There is, but not. You won't be able to. You can pre-order them for next year. So they're coming out in January, end of the year, January, February of next year. So
they're ready for Series 2 then.
Yeah. So I'll just wait till I get older. It's the best way to do it now. The fact of the matter is, I also have over 300 Black Series in this house. So your main characters, your Hans, your Luke, your Leia's, your 3, all that you've got. So now it's just in Black Series, you're getting our characters, but they're either upgraded a little bit, but B, they're in a different outfit. How many do you need? So I don't need to pre-order figures I've never heard of except for a TV show. I'll just wait till they come out, do it that way.
That's just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Nick, what's your black cat's name?
Oh, so the black cat is it's a boy. He's 15 today. It's his 15th birthday today.
Happy birthday, Mr. Cat.
And don't you look chewy at me, you little bugger. His name is Rose. He doesn't resent it at all, I'm sure. Now, the thing is, I told everyone he had a pair of balls, and no one believed me. And they were. My wife, she's just there, and she just walked in. But even she, what was it you said? You believed my mum because she's had so many cats or whatever, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's never
Nick,
believed.
Does your
my
missus
mum.
collect anything except for Playmobil?
No, my missus doesn't collect toys, but she's into books, and she collects Terry Pratchett books. She's massive on Terry Pratchett.
Yeah.
But we've got a little bit of a connection to Terry Pratchett because father-in-law knew him and did a lot of work on his estate, and I did some work on his estate, and I've met Rihanna, his daughter, and stuff through stuff. But
Nice.
yes, and he doesn't live that far from us, really. Only about a 40. Well, he's passed away sadly, but his property is where his wife lives is not that far from us, really.
Yeah.
And but no, so she's grown up around Pratchett books. Her old man's done work for him for years, and my little boy's into it now. He has Pratchett books before bed every night, so it's great that some of the crap you could read them, but he wants Terry Pratchett, so parenting done right, as they say.
Yeah.
What's your son into then? I know he's into Playmobil, that sort of stuff. Is he into anything else?
So Jackson, I'm going to tell you, I grabbed something that I'll show you what he's into at the moment. I'll show you a picture of the box. He's into Playmobil. He's into Star Wars. He's into vintage Action Man. He's into 90s Action Man. But his big thing he's massively into at the moment is Kobe, which is this. It's like a Lego type historical military vehicles. He is mad for it.
Wow.
Absolutely nuts for it. He's got, I mean, I'll show you quickly. I mean, down there, he's got his little collection down there, if you can see, of bits and pieces.
Yeah, on the ground,
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect.
He's absolutely nuts for it. And the thing is, my boy is he's on the spectrum, as I say, but he is massively into his history, and his knowledge is absolutely insane.
See, my little boy's on this. My little boy is autistic too. And do you find that what I find it's weird? You try and get them into stuff, and the stuff that he won't watch, he's not interested, but there's other stuff that he dives straight into. For some reason, for my little boy's, I think he's the same age. He's 9. I think that's what your little lad is. Isn't he?
Yeah, Jackson's 8. Yeah, so
we're the same age, man, and your boys. I put on vintage when we did the He-Man. I think it was the colours he likes, the He-Man figures and all that. So I put on the old Filmation for him, and he loved it. But then I put on Revelations or something like that. Nothing there at all. Do you find that with your boy as well? Is there's certain things, especially with toys, whatever, he'll play with, and there's certain things he won't touch. Because my lad will walk into Walmart and he can have what he likes, and he won't pick anything. If there's something there he does not want, and there's something there that he's not like a. I don't want to sound funny when I say this, like a normal kid will just pick up anything. Do you know? Oh, I'll have that. You know what I mean? Because I'm allowed to spend. My boy won't do that. He'll only. But when he does find something, it's like a kung fu grip. Do you know what I mean? He won't like go of it. You know?
So Jackson, Jackson's very influenced by what I like. Not that I push it on him, but I mean, listening to him today, talking with Dave and whatnot, his knowledge is insane. But no, he's very focused on what he does. Like, I mean, if you look at, he likes. How do I explain this? He likes what he likes, and you ain't gonna change him. There's no way you don't influence Jax on nothing. Do you know what I mean? He's very. It's down the line. That's what. But when he's in something, the passion for it, and he wants everything about it. He wants to know everything about it. He is just, he's just absolutely on it. I mean, one thing I will say is it took me a while to get Jackson to watch any Star Wars stuff. He loved the toys, but he wouldn't. Shabs, you know what it's like when they're there. It's like he didn't want to watch Star Wars. He didn't want to watch Star Wars. There ain't no making them watch something they don't want to watch, right?
No, I agree.
So he's getting into watching Star Wars, but Jesus Christ, I made the mistake of thinking, right, well, he's at the age where we can start him on episode 1 and run him through. Nope, not interested. You put on like the Battle of Hoth, right? Glued. You put on any prequel or sequel stuff, he ain't interested. So I don't know if that's the quality of the film or if it's something bleeds through from me. I don't know. But
it's something in it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Any He-Man fans like Revelations, though, I didn't like it. I thought the artwork was superb, and the way they did the old toys, like the Eternia playset in it, and Wonder Bread, it was excellent. But the story was.
See, I'm a bit thick for remembering things. There's so many different He-Mans. Revelations, is that the one that Kevin Smith did?
Yeah,
Yes.
well, when Kevin
Yeah,
Smith butchered, he butchered it like crazy. You know what I mean?
So I watched the first episode and I remember messaging someone saying, "Do you know what? I'm interested to see how it go." And by the third episode, I was like, "This is dog crap. This is rubbish.
It went downhill. Me and Scuba was in. We started it. It first came out and thought brilliant, and the artwork, like I said, was superb, but the storyline, it just wasn't. It was like, no, this is so bad. This is so bad.
What about Nick? What about the Clone Wars cartoon? Okay, so the Clone Wars. Sorry, just to this comment, we've just started watching that with Jackson because his cartoon. He'll watch it. He's fine with that. But then that's.
You say he's a more action-packed person that's like action.
It's more action-packed.
Yeah.
It's more condensed. It's there. I mean, you try and sit. I mean, actually, looking back, having watched the sequel and prequel trilogy again recently, they're crap. They're just so boring. No offense if any of you like them. Each to their own. I ain't ever going to judge you for liking it. But from my point of view, do you know what? Even to the point now that I'm searching out like 4K 77 and all the, I just want original Star Wars. That's all I want now. It's all there, but do you know what? It gathered a massive. It had all the it grew the success it had off the back of it before George Lucas tinkered with it. But
originally, George Lucas said originally he was only going to do the prequel and never get in his lifetime, never get round to doing the last 3 films. It's only where Disney have bought the license and they want to make the money back, and that's what they've done.
That's what we were saying yesterday about the Kathleen Kennedy. Everyone slags her off and everyone blames her, which is fair enough. I understand that. But when she goes to her bosses with billions of dollars in receipts, do you know what I mean? Do you want to think her bosses are going, well, no one likes it? It proves that people, even though we slate it and we say stuff, we still went out and bought the tickets, we still buy the merchandise, and it all goes to there. So when she walks into her offices, oh, there's a few people that hate these movies, but here's $2 billion in receipts that we've just. What can you do? You know, that's the thing.
Do you remember the other week, Shabs? The other week, obviously, I was on your stream, USR, and I said there, I think I gave Kenobi a 6 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
Because now Michael French sent me a link to the edited down version, which is 2.5 hours now.
The Patterson version of something it's called, isn't it? Yeah, Tez was telling me about it yesterday.
I'll send you the link after, mate, because it's. I watched it, and what's shocking to me is, and you didn't realise till I watched it, was this geezer's cut out like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Of show, and he's managed to make a tangible cut. As I said on your stream, I can't see Kenobi as anything other than I can't see it as continuity because I can't get. That's just me. That's my brain. That's how I work. I'm like, well, that couldn't have happened. That couldn't have happened. Why
the thing is, there's
not
much story though, because I was saying about Kenobi, and I didn't mind it, but I'm the same as you, about 6 or 7 out of 10. That's the way so I didn't mind it. Same as Boba Fett, I didn't mind that. But what I was trying to say to the lads before the show came out, this will be cool because we've got 6 hours of stories here. So, and we didn't. And, you know, when you watched it at the end, you could easily have put that in a 2.5 hour movie. You know what I mean? There's a lot of, a lot of walking on this and that.
Disney have got a lot to learn because, I mean, in the last month, me and Carla, and we finished it last night, I'd never watched Stranger Things before, and I don't really start anything until I know there's going to be a conclusion because I've been stung by that so many times.
Yeah.
And season 4, the second part came out. I heard they're doing the season 5 final season. It's all but right. Let's watch it. First 2 episodes of Stranger Things, rubbish. Sorry, I wasn't into it. About 3rd episode bit in, and then I was hooked. And then I've just watched the final season of Stranger Things, and every episode's been like movie length, like an hour and 20, an hour and a half, hour and 40. The last episode,
2 hours long.
2 hours and 30 minutes. And the thing is, I was glued to the bloody screen. Disney could learn a lot. But then am I glued to the screen? Because actually Stranger Things, as much as there's little nods to stuff in it, it's a whole new story. It's not tampering with anything that I grew up with.
Yeah.
So,
but I think Star Trek has done it, though, because I was saying to lads, I'd like to start watching Discovery. No, don't watch that, Shabs. You'll hate it. It's this, it's that. Right, all right. Well, I'll watch Pickoff. No, definitely don't watch that. So I watched The Strange New Worlds, and it's just finished in America, the whole season. It was fantastic. But it felt to me like the Star Trek lads have gone, right, they're not enjoying this. They're not enjoying this. Let's go back to basics, but make it modern. And they've done a brilliant job. It's been absolutely brilliant. All 10 episodes are fantastic.
As a rule, I won't not watch something because it's got a bad review or people don't like it, because many a time, if I've watched many things that people have panned and I've managed to find, to me, something quite good. It is what it is. But I think the problem, on the Star Wars thing, I think we said this on the USR stream, or I said it, someone said it, I don't know if it's me, Baz, or you, or Matt, or Tez, but Star Wars isn't really aimed at us anymore. We've had our Star Wars. We had it. It's been, it's gone.
We're just never going to get it again. We're never going to get our stuff. You're never going to get Empire Strikes Back. You're never going to get Return of the Jedi. You're just not going to get it. So that's why I walked into these TV shows. The Mandalorian is I really like The Mandalorian. It's good. But Boba Fett was all right. But I didn't go in expecting magic. I just expected a good, decent show, which is all right. The worst problem, I've always said it, I was on Post Collectibles and I said it there. The problem with the Book of Boba Fett was those 2 episodes. If you would have took those 2 episodes out of it with the Mandalorian in it and everybody else in it, Bo-Katan, Luke Skywalker, it would have been a monotone show, but it would have stayed the same. But that built you up so much.
That's why a lot of people have called it the Book of Mandalorian, didn't they?
Well, that's what it is. Exactly right.
The thing I did like about the Book of Boba Fett was the first 5 minutes where they explained how he got out the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
They explained the story.
I enjoyed that. But I think for me, if I'm honest, I love The Mandalorian, but Luke appearing in it, meh. I'm not really. I don't care. I don't need to see legacy characters all the time. It's a galaxy, so there's a lot of characters, Mm-hmm. It's like whenever they do, it's like when they made Rogue One. I quite enjoyed Rogue One. Did they need to put R2 and C-3PO in it as a cameo? Not really. Did they need to put... I know why they do it. They do it to play to our senses and to excite us because we see things from the past. But I get it. I get it 100%. But equally, what I would give now for a bloody Star Wars story set in that universe where we don't hear anything about the Emperor, the Death Star, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Boba Fett. You've got a brilliant universe that's massive and expansive. Just make me something that is not connected to it. It's a galaxy.
I like the legacy. But what I don't like and why the sequels did not work for me is when you ruin legacy characters. Don't bring them back just to kill them off. Keep it. Remember, we're talking about something that's make-believe anyway. When people were trying to excuse the fact why Luke turned into what he was, is because, this is what happens when people get older. I'm like, it's not real. It's not real. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really need to know what Luke could turn into,
It's like talking about Star Wars. I would love to see like the Knights of the Old Republic kind of thing. Go back.
Something like that, yeah.
Go right back to the beginning and tell us the story of how it all started, kind of thing.
But they cocked up, for me personally, they messed up the sequel trilogy, right? Why the hell Finn didn't get used and became a Jedi, right? There was a prime opportunity there, right?
One of the rumors, I think, I heard the sequel.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Go on, Nick. Carry on.
The Knights of Ren. What a wasted opportunity. That could have been fantastic. Snoke wasted. We didn't need an Emperor. We didn't need it. I can. They ran
out of ideas, didn't they? It's like what Jonathan's just said now, and I agree with Jonathan. They keep saying now, I've got Star Wars' prime target from 9 to 17. 9, 11, 15, 17. They're all the stuff that they aim everything at. Yeah, it's us lot that's buying it. It's us lot that's watching it. It is a family thing. This thing about, it's funny how when we don't like it, it's now turned into, well, it's a kid's product. It never has been a kid's product. It's always been a family entertaining kind of thing.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And
So,
I think the thing that really, sorry, Shabs, you carry on, buddy.
No, you go, mate. You go.
No, I think the thing that really peeves me is the fact that people will be negative to me because I don't like something. Oh, you just don't like it. You know, right? No, right. I cannot like something, and that's fine. I'm not judging you. I tell you what, if any one of you turn around and says to me, I think that Obi-Wan was the best Star Wars story I've ever seen, I'll say, that's excellent. Because for you, that's brilliant because
exactly
you've enjoyed it that much. But for me, not so much.
Star Wars is always for yourself. I mean, it is. I mean, you take your perceptions and what you want for yourself. So in other words, you might turn around and think, oh, I loved Luke in The Last Jedi. I love the way he was older and he this and that and so forth. That's your perception of it. Mine is, I think they ruined him. I think it was heartbreaking for me seeing him like that because as a young boy who didn't have a father in my life, and I had 3 awesome brothers and a great mum, I always looked at Luke as this is what he could be. I mean, I'm an Englishman that lives abroad, same as what Luke did. He left and he went on his travels and on his adventures. So that character meant something to me. I know it sounds a bit cheesy and about cliche, but this is why we're all in our 40s and 30s collecting stuff. This is why we do it. So I think when we sit down, but the thing is, if we sit here and go, we don't like this, we don't like, all of a sudden we become toxic. All of a sudden we become this and that. And that's what I don't like. I think there should be some negativity in the pop culture. There should be. People should be allowed. People slag off the Panda Menace and people slag off this and that. And why? It's only their opinion. You don't have to go along with it if you don't agree with it. But it's when you
absolutely none of us have to watch.
No,
none of us have to watch Doomcock. None of us have to watch Nerdrotic. If you're not into what they do, if they dislike it, that's their opinion. Yeah. You know, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Connor's hit the nail on the head. The nicest thing is, though, about those sort of channels is it's nice to see another perspective on something. That's why I don't mind it. Do you see what I mean? Because I'm a person. I can never shut the fans up, but I do like to listen. I do like to listen to other people's opinions and other people's, what they think of it and whether people like it or hate it. So I think if you just stay on one line, no, it's awesome and that's it, or no, it's shit and that's it, you're never going to get anywhere. Do you know what I mean?
I think one of the storylines I quite liked for the Star Wars, talking about Finn, was basically Finn was supposed to have been, what's his name? Lando's son in it or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, no, it was his daughter on it. It was that. Was it the last one with that? And she was really pretty. That lady who played Jana, was it? She was meant to be his daughter. I think that's how they were alluding to it. But it's the same way as the last one when he kept saying to Ray, "I need to tell you something," and he never told her. He's like, honestly, it's like a little boy just sat there at 6 with his crayons and wrote that script. It was terrible to me. You know what I mean? So I just.
But then, I mean, some of the biggest problems I've had with Star Wars stuff recently, watching Kenobi is, I'm sorry, you hit someone with a lightsaber, I don't give a monkeys if you's wearing armor. You're sliced and diced, brother. Like, you don't. Maybe, I mean, all right, these are small things that bug me, but a lot of small issues build into a big issue for me. It's.
Yeah. No, the little things like that bother you, yeah.
I mean, there's no way. Hello, Peaky Arrow, the Peaky Arrow.
Right.
Peaky Arrow, Nick, Chris, Nick. Do you like Power Rangers and that sort of stuff? I call it comedian
Power
Rangers. There you go.
Love Power Rangers.
Peaky Arrow comedian.
Well, I've got plenty of Power Rangers stuff. I've got Megazords going all along there, and I've got Lightning Collection all behind there.
Right. So question for you then. Who was the better Pink Ranger? Kimberly or the one who came after her, whose name escapes me now because I've had several beers?
Catherine Sutherland or Kat?
Kat or Kimberly.
Kat. Kimberly just annoyed me too much. Plus, they actually showed Kat and Tommy having a relationship when with Tommy and Kimberly. They didn't.
Talking about Kimberley, just a plug for Belgian Comic Con. Kimberley's going to Belgian Comic Con in October sometime. So if you can get over to Belgium, Kimberley's actually there.
I don't have a passport, so I can't.
You don't? Come on, get out there, see the world.
Just in case you want to meet Kimberley. But to answer your question, Nick, I'd still say the original Kimberley makes it for me. So there you go. There's my answer. So. Crazy.
Oh.
Come on then, Chris. Come on, what you got now?
Do you know what? I actually haven't had that much. Because I'm going to a games convention in September, so I'm saving money for that. Because the hotel I'm going for that is costing me £199 just for one night.
That's normal.
So I got good old Zane,
Nice.
Space Silver Lightning Collection. And then a good friend sent me like the little. They usually get them in a 5-pack, but he had some doubles of the Dino Fury Rangers.
Nice.
So I've got to try and find.
Does that mean you're now into Pink Rangers? Because there's a pink in there.
No, because they're not Lightning Collection, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Just checking.
Not Lightning Collection, so it doesn't matter. But I'm starting to kind of go into like the Sixth Ranger and Auxiliary Ranger.
Yeah, Silver Ranger 6, yeah.
Well, yeah, I kind of want a Sixth Ranger and Auxiliary Ranger collection as well now. So I'm going to try and get my hands on there, which means I need to get another Mighty Morphin Green Ranger because I have one with. The one I've got has the Sword of Darkness in his hand. So that's my evil version of the Green Ranger. But then I want to get another green just so I have him on my like Sixth Ranger shelf.
Yeah.
Nice.
But like, I don't know if you can see them, but on the top of my shelves, the Lightning Collection boxes,
Right.
I'm thinking about getting rid of them because if I get rid of them, that's 2 extra shelving spaces I have for my figures.
Crazy.
And I in the end, like the boxes are just going to sit up there collecting dust, and I'm going to run out of room because they're nearly touching the ceiling now. So with more figures coming out,
boxes, Chris, is that you put them in a box and then you shove them up the loft.
there's no room in the loft.
Stick them under your bed. Chris, I'll send you some double-sided tape, but you stick them to the ceiling. There's nothing on the ceiling,
my bed
mate.
touches the floor.
So
I can't go under the
go
bed.
on, Chris. Answer Nick's question then, Chris.
Sorry, I
Catherine Sullivan or Chris?
didn't cut out. I didn't turn off because you went with Cat. The reason the stream dropped. Yeah, well, yeah. The reason the stream dropped is because this idiot here didn't notice that my Chromebook was saying low battery. But I'm back now. No, if you like Cat, that's fine. The problem is I've grown up having around me, right? I'm basing this purely on. I'm not worried about the rate. I'm basing this purely on what's going on with me as a sort of pre-adolescent person and attraction. Problem is I grew up with 4 blonde sisters, so I look at Cat and looks like my sister, not interested. I look at Kimberly and I'm like, boom.
So also because Cat was my first Pink Ranger anyway, because like I started watching Power Rangers just into the end of Zeo and the start of Turbo.
Okay, do you mind me asking how old are you, fella?
I'm 28, so I was born in '93.
Oh Jesus, Shabs, he's making me feel old.
I know.
I'm so old.
So you know, I was born right when Power Rangers kind of started, so I missed out that whole start of it, and then got into it through Zeo and Turbo, and then like managed to watch reruns,
so
VHS.
You didn't know who Kimberly was, so yeah, I understand that bit.
Yeah, so for me, like Cat was my
See, I
Pink
think that makes
Ranger
perfect sense because for me, growing up, I was literally there from like episode 1 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and so it was Jason, Billy, Zach, Trini, Kimberly.
Yeah.
Then we got Tommy as the Green Ranger, and there was that whole arc there, and
The
you know,
5
and then we
episode
got
arc where he
Lord,
just kicks the Rangers' asses.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we got like then the next series we got like the Dino Thunderzords or what they called them, Serpentera and Lord Zed, and
Yeah.
you know, for me that's where Power Rangers was. And once they got, I tell you when I switched off from Power Rangers, and there was one character that did it for me because I thought he was an absolute, I can't really swear, but I thought he was a
don't worry.
Ninja. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he was a bellend, Ninja. His voice, mate, his voice. I tell you what, I'd love to have kicked him in the head. His voice, I'm Ninja. No, you're an arsehole. Go away. Don't mess with my Power Rangers. Sorry about the language,
See,
lads, but that's literally.
I watched Power Rangers all the way right through to SP at the end of SPD. So like I got to see the whole like transition from Saban to Disney and like
Back to the band.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. So to answer Si's question, I'd be Queen's Park
So
Rangers.
how much therapy did you need for that?
What's that, Nick? But
I said, how much therapy did you need when it transitioned from Saban to Disney?
Not that much. I was still a kid at the time, so obviously, like it was just like, Power Rangers, yes. Yeah.
I actually lost interest when Bandai lost the license.
Right.
When conversation we had earlier this evening with guests and whatnot was we were talking about old school Godzilla, and Dave was asking my son if he knew who Godzilla was, and I said, "Oh God, I loved Godzilla as a kid because when I was a kid, right?" And this comes back around to Power Rangers, so bear with me. Growing up in the 90s, obviously we had that terrible American Godzilla film. The only
Godzilla, it's the best thing out there. I'm sorry, mate. That's Zilla. He's perfect.
But anyway, so
I want to show you something about Godzilla. My little boy, as we were talking before, he's banging to Godzilla. And Jason, you know Jason O'Toole, is in the chats and so forth. He sent him this, The Art of Godzilla. And it's all the old school posters and all the old school art, and it is a beautiful book. Do you see it?
Oh,
and it's all by it's the Japanese guy that did it, and it's just unbelievable. Look at all that. So, look at boy, like I said, he's a massive Godzilla fan, but it's all the old 60s kind of artwork.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it?
I mean, I think the point I was going with Godzilla was because of the 90s Godzilla film. Sky Movies did a series of Godzilla films, and my favorite old school Godzilla film is Godzilla vs Mechagodzilla. And I think the reason I could watch those and enjoy them so much is watching the battles was so much like watching Power Rangers, because of course Super Sentai, which Power Rangers comes from, and all those battles and whatnot, where in the big like cities destroying stuff, and I was hooked, and I think that's why I love stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean, for me, awesome. Growing up, Power Rangers.
The same studios is all done by a company called Toei.
Big thing.
He's known as in Japanese terms, he's known as Tokyo Satsu series. It all comes under the same banner called Tokyo Satsu.
Yeah, because doesn't Toei cover doesn't it cover Ultraman and all of that lot as well?
Yeah, Masked Rider, Kamen Rider, Godzilla,
yeah, because Masked Rider and Kamen Rider are the same thing, aren't they?
Yeah,
Masked Rider is what
Kamen Rider's Japan
turned
Masked Rider's English dubbed series, and you've got Ultraman, you've got everything.
So you've got like the Masked Rider,
that's cool.
There, and then you have
that is ace.
That's one way now.
Yeah, vintage.
Awesome.
Dave collects those old vintage robots from Japan, and they're awesome. Have you ever seen his video on those?
And it's really weird.
I have actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just do you know what? All I'm going to say about Power Rangers stuff is there's no video this week from Action Pop Dad because basically I've been busting my nuts plastering a week. But I did a video on unboxing, opening up some like cheap £1.50 Power Rangers toys, much in the vein of the little Transformers you could get, right?
Yeah.
Bombed, absolutely bombed. And I thought, I was like, I not that I care, I don't do videos for views, but I was like, I thought more people would have liked it, but no, there wasn't much love for Power Rangers, and I'm like, oh, what's wrong with you? Power Rangers was ace.
See, if you go to TikTok, if you put Power Rangers up, they'll instantly fucking love you.
See, I started doing like Power Ranger like unboxings, figure reviews, and like my Megazord reviews on my channel, and like nothing, like I just wasn't hitting like the spot for that. I've come away from that. My channel is doing a lot better. I've come away from, so I started to only did my channel for like the Power Ranger content.
Yeah.
Now I've moved away from it. I'm getting
so my first video I did was
I'm getting on average like 1,000 views a month at the moment. With like now I've stopped doing unboxings. So like YouTube is just a weird place for Power Ranger content.
Yeah,
it's mad, isn't it? I mean, my first video I did, and granted, I had a lot of support from the community. My first video in like a week did 600 and something odd views, but it was Star Wars and it was a collab with Luke and everything, and it was massively promoted by all the lads on the community. My second video was a Power Rangers opening up, and in 2 weeks it barely did 98 views. Last week I did a walk around of an Action Man convention I went to, and it did 166 views in a day. And you're like, you know, and I thought that was really boring crap content. It was literally like, I've walked around the show, here you go, here's what I looked at. But that's performing really well. But it's interesting how if you put effort, it's almost like the stuff you put effort into, no one cares about. And bear in mind, I'm free videos in at this point, but I can see like it's almost like I'm always going to make what I want to make because I don't care about views. I'm not on this to, you know, I'm not in this to make money or any of that stuff.
That's kind of what I've done now, because like I don't know if anyone else has found this when you do like figure reviews or they take a long time to set up. Like you've got to get the light in, you've got to get like, you know, the camera at the right angle. It takes a while to set up. But then like when I've done other videos that aren't figure reviews and content, I love making them a lot more. Like I've started doing like compilation reaction videos, and I do movie trailer reactions as well. They like fly off on the views, and like that's so easy for me to set up because I can just sit here at my desk and do it all. Like, I don't have to set up another camera or anything. Like, you know, just record my screen, and that's a video.
It's like if you're doing short videos. Some shorts are weird because some shorts you can basically hit like 1,000 views within like a day. It just depends on what you're putting up, and I think it depends on what folk are actually
searching for. How do you tag anything else? So, well, just a quick question, Nick. Where do you get your name from? I need to ask. Your YouTube name and how to come up with it?
What? Oh, Action Pop Dad. Okay, so I basically I had a lot of help from Dave at Toy Polloi, and to the point of he even basically gave me my camera and everything to get me going. I mean, and I was thinking up names, and I had all the theme. I mean, anyone astute out there, if they look at all my coloring and branding, it's connected to it. It's connected to an old Action Man toy, but before it was Action Man. But anyway, that's another story. But the name, basically, I was like, oh, what do I call it? And Dave said, why didn't you ask Jax, my boy? And he was like, Action Dad Reviews Pop Culture or something. And I sent it to Dave, and Dave said, what about Action Pop something other than Jack's? I said that to Jack. He was like, Action Pop Dad. And I messaged it back to Dave. He goes, yep, go with that then. And that's just basically, I put it in the hands of an 8-year-old. And that's what.
Anything could have been said then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, quick question, Nick. You just see the comment in the thing called the Love Hammer. He's like 90s 2000 action mans. He's getting into, so he's beyond a couple of, hopefully getting back on to soon. He's an action man fanatic himself, but he's all more or less newer stuff. So it's crazy.
Oh, what, the
so,
90s sort of Hasbro stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like all that. So I've got a video coming up called Action Man Returns, which is basically that's quite a big project. That one will be out in about 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, and because there's a lot of script, I've actually had to do scripting. It's quite scary. But no, that's all about the return.
What the hell is that?
I know, but do you know what?
I've never done that in my life.
When I watch back live streams and when I listen to me talking about a script, I say, you know, and what, and yeah, and there's certain things I say a lot, and it bugs the crap out of me.
Yeah.
And I listen to me on this. I'm surprised that Baz invited me on it because I listen to my voice and I want to punch myself in the face.
I don't know.
I'm the exact same when I do my YouTube videos. Like my car boot hauls, and you've got to kind of watch your back, make sure you're. I hate the sound of my voice.
Yeah, I hate going back and editing my videos because of my voice. Like, but I have to go back in it. I have to go back through and make sure that, like, you know, I do like 3 or 4 test records before I actually record a video, just to make sure that my audio is like properly, like, you know, correct. My headphone audio, my microphone audio, like, make sure everything is correct, and then I record.
So I'm looking forward to my next video because since my first video with Luke, and you can see how well Luke's my section is, the lighting's terrible, the audio's terrible. But since then, I've bought lights, the same lights that Luke uses. I've bought myself a decent microphone. I'm quite looking forward to seeing the jump. And these are all things I said I would never buy because I was like, oh, no, it doesn't matter. I don't need that. And it's like, so you release a video and you're like, I need a microphone and I need lights because I look like a grey fat pasty and I sound like an old 50s radio.
Well, so Baz will remember this, but I was over a year ago. I said I would never do YouTube content. So I never. I was like, YouTube's not my thing. I used to Twitch stream.
I was on a stream where you said that, Chris. I remember that. I was on this. And it's like, no, it's not for me.
Yeah, YouTube was never going to be like, the only time I would be on a YouTube video is if I was on Baz's live streams.
Was it Chris needs to have his lights on 100%?
That's because I don't go outside. But yeah, no.
Come on, comedian, hurry up.
I'm never used to like want to do YouTube. And then I just thought, fuck it. I've got a bit of a Power Rangers collection going on now. I'll do a Power Rangers collection video. And I was just like, quite enjoy this. And I was just enjoying YouTube more than I used to enjoy Twitch streaming. So like, I was like, I can't do both. I don't have the time in the world to do both.
Yeah.
So I
Chris,
called away
can
from
I ask
Twitch.
you a question though?
What's that?
Can you continue the rest of this live stream wearing that Lord Zed helmet I've just seen on your shelf?
I can, but I won't be able to hear what you guys are saying because I won't have to have my headphones.
Sorry,
anyway,
I've only just spotted
Nick, do you want to promote yourself? We almost finished the live stream here, guys. So we want to go and watch Mr. Lizards and that sort of stuff. So, Nick,
that's
tell us where we can find you and what sort of stuff.
Okay, so promote for myself. So my channel is called Action Pop Dad. It's all about old toys, new toys, pop culture, whatever a geeky dad would talk about. We don't take ourselves too seriously. Although I sound like a posh butler when I speak on my videos because it seems to be my default setting. But
That's perfect.
come along for a laugh, you know. Like, comment, subscribe,
Chris,
and all
leave
that
it on.
stuff, you know.
I can't. It's too hot.
Cool. Shabby, come on, Shab.
Right.
Well, where can we find you?
Well, it's now Shabby Geek. It used to be marked Shabby Geek. It's not anymore. So it's Shabby Geek, and it's the same thing, really. I mean, me and my family, we just get together, we review, and we do silly sketches and make awesome videos, dance and sing, and you name it. It's in the Shabby videos, you know. So
Right.
I love the He-Man ones with your daughter. Those ones are brilliant.
Yeah, she's awesome for that. Yeah,
she gets so excited when she opens one up, man.
Yeah, but yeah, it's straightforward. It's just Shabby Geek. You can find me everywhere now on Shabby Geek. So,
Ed, come on, Ed.
Oh, me? I was wondering who you're talking
Ed, you put Lord Zed on. I always think of Ed as Lord Zed, Mr. Ed.
I'm the Peaky Arrow on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Although I don't post on TikTok that often. And my channel is just me doing what I love doing, watching movie trailers, doing compilation reactions. I've got 2 dehydrator food experiment videos out now. I'm hoping to do a third one. If my second one can get 2,000 views and 100 likes, I will do a fast food edition where I'll be dehydrating McDonald's, Domino's, Burger King, all of that. Shazam.
Comedian coming soon, especially the comedian coming soon.
And I've got hopefully a podcast coming later this year. I've still got to iron out all of that, and there's a lot to do to set up a podcast. So,
Nice one. Me, David World Toys on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. As soon as I hit the 500, I'm giving a special toy giveaway where the person can actually choose the toy themselves. For
why
more
go
details,
through all that, David? Don't go through it all. Just give it me. I'll save you all the hassle. Do you know what I mean? So,
there you go. So, yeah. And then there's a couple of special things coming up soon and a few bits which you need to wait and see. Then come on, Mr. Bazatron.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube.
Baz, you do know now that you've made that Harley Quinn Stormtrooper. You've raised the bar now, Baz. So now we're gonna have to. Now, what's next? You know what I mean? We're all waiting now.
What about your TikTok, Baz?
What about my TikTok?
You know, gotta throw that out there as well.
I did.
Yeah.
Gabby's Friday dance is perfect as well. So perfect.
Leave an idea in the comments because as we're going off, we'll not have time to go through it. But she needs a battalion. I need to think instead of.
You gotta have a Joker one.
Got to have a Joker one. Exactly right. Yeah.
It's like you have the 100. Was it the 501 and all that? So we need to. Because I'm going to try and look out for more of those Black Series Stormtroopers.
Put them all in the Stormtroopers because that looks awesome with the colours. So make them all Stormtroopers. But you could call it the Joker Squad, just like it was in Star Wars.
Right.
Yeah, you definitely
got. I think listening about the dehydrator video. I've got an idea for a dehydration video. I think we still get on and drink as many of these as we can and see how dehydrated we are in the morning.
Well, on that guy, guys, I'm going to say keep well, keep safe, keep out there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow to Baz. Without Baz in this community with Shabby and Nick, the comedian Ed in the corner.
I've thrown Nick a sub his way. So
comedian Nick is
I'm already subbed to you 3 at the top there, so
cheers.
That's good because I lost a sub today for no reason at all. I woke up this morning and I'd lost a sub.
There we go. So you've gained a sub.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you're probably going a few more, Nick, anyway. So good luck anyway. Nick, anytime you want to come on, jump on. We try and get the comedian Ed on. We try and get the Shabby Geek.
I love being on. It's always nice. Every time I've got a spare time and you're on, I'll come on. Of course I will.
We got the
Yeah, so-
Scottish man in the corners wearing the kilt next live stream next Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
He's wearing the kilt live.
I mean, if the weather's what they say it is, I
Just-
will be wearing the kilt.
FYI, FYI, I'm a cam whore, so I'll come on any stream. Anyone invites me on, I don't care.
We'll try and do an Action Man special for you and Mr. Lovehammer and then Nick. And that'll be an Action Man special.
That'd be awesome.
We're trying to work an
Who's
Action Man
frozen? Have I
special out for
frozen?
you. So, and there's the famous brother. So, guys, if you want to do any more live streaming, I think Three Monkey and Alicia's just started. Go and watch them, help them out, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll see you next Thursday.
I'll try to. I've got to work tomorrow.
I've got a car boots at 5 o'clock. If you want to
Excellent.
come and join me.
There you go.